So in this video, I'll be showing you guys how can you take better pictures with your smartphone. Hey, what's up guys, Murhani from Master Skyway Tech, and it's time to take some pictures.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
So let's start. Starting with tip number 1, always use a grid. Using a grid can give you more control over your photo than using it without the grid. You could get a way more huge difference by using with the grid and without the grid. I'm speaking for the iPhones. I don't know about the Android. I'm sorry guys, you could just get to the next video. And using a grid can give you more control of your photo, as I told before. Like if you're in the center, you would see the center grid lines. If you're in this left hand side, you can see the left hand grid, and if right hand side, you can see the right hand grid. You can get more control, so your picture would be more neat than taking it without the grid. And that's tip number 1. This is tip number 2. Always use manual focus. Do not use autofocus. I mean, autofocus is great at some times, but manual focus is way too better. Because autofocus, for example, you've gone to a great place and you take a photo with timer, and when you go home and check the pic, it would just not be focusing you. It would be focusing someone standing behind you, which is really annoying, and I have experienced that. So I most of the time use manual focus. In iPhone, the focus is great. Actually, you keep the phone and just you could tap wherever you want and you could go to focus there. Or there's a very new feature in iPhone that you keep the phone and keep pressing the screen and it would auto lock the focus. So you could have a lock in the focus. So even if you move here and there, the focus would just focus in the place where you have locked it. So that's pretty good. And the point of this is, please don't use autofocus. So this is tip number 3. So always take a better angle. I mean, you just take a picture from the top and take the picture from the side, and you would see way more difference in any one of the picture. I mean, it differentiates to the place. If you're in a plain area, everywhere it would be the same. But if you're in a boxed area like this house, you could take different angles where you could get more better pictures. I mean, choose way different of angles for taking videos or even taking pictures. And let's move to tip number 4. So this is tip number 4. Always have control of your exposure. Those who don't know what is exposure, exposure is the brightness of your picture. You just keep the phone and on the camera, and just you can focus and you can move top and down to make it bright and to make it dim. You could use bright exposure in a dark room and dark exposure in a bright room. So that would give a major difference to your picture. Last but not least is tip number 5. Always do not use flash. Using flash could ruin your whole picture. I tell it to my dad, but he uses flash. I tell it to my mom, but she uses flash. But using flash could really ruin your picture. Use natural light. They could make your picture look way more better. I'm actually sitting in this place. I just have one spotlight turned on, and both sides I have windows which gives me more light. So you could see how the picture is clean. Like that, even in photos, you could use more natural light, so it will give you a bright picture. Actually, these smartphone cameras have a tiny sensor, so the light which it could get in is very tiny. So use natural light, which will give you more difference of your picture. And that's it about this video. So thank you for watching guys. Please give a thumbs up down, make sure you subscribe, and let me down in the comments below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching guys. I was Skyway Tech.